Snowmobiling in Maine, kind of a big thing, I understand. Been going on, what, 50 years now?
We're having our 50th year this year. It started before then, but here we are, and Maine truly is one of the finest places on earth to go snowmobiling.
It's phenomenal. The money that snowmobiling brings into Maine is just incredible. All these little outpost places, places in the woods that have bed and breakfast, they just thrive on snowmobiling. They really, really need snowmobiling in the winter time. If they didn't have it, they'd dissolve. They wouldn't make it. It'd be horrible.
Oh, I think every business relies on snowmobiling. You know, of course, you have the restaurants, you have the dealerships, you have the gas stations that directly benefit, you know, the hotels, stuff like that. But, you know, snowmobiling brings a lot of money to the town, so therefore people are, you know, the people that work in these places are making money, and then therefore they can, you know, build houses and put a new roof on their house. And so it sort of trickles down to the whole economy.
So the ride that we're going to take, is that just kind of a standard kind of ride that you might do in a day?
Absolutely. It'll be short, but you know, you can bang it out in a couple hours and hit a restaurant, have some lunch, come back, and you know, before dark, be a lovely ride.
Obviously, one of the important things is dressing warmly, and I don't think I've worn this many clothes ever in my life. For the first time in a long time, I think I'm dressed appropriately.
You're looking pretty good.
Well, I've got Finnish Army clothing here. I've got Soviet Army clothing here. I've got USA. So I've got all kinds of Army gear on here. So I'm hoping that that'll actually.
They know how to keep the troops warm. This is your break.
Yeah, that's like the.
Okay.
And so we hit the trail for my first snowmobile ride in 22 years. The trail from Oquossoc to Bosebuck Camps is about 35 miles each way. Maine's Interconnected Trail System, or ITS, has roughly 14,000 miles of trails that could take you from Sanford to Calais to the Allagash. The Rangeley Lakes Snowmobile Club, one of the largest in the state, maintains the trails in this area. Usually about 16 feet wide, the trails are groomed late at night, they're allowed to freeze, and form a flat, solid surface. A fresh snowfall then makes for a fluffy coating to cushion the ride. After a couple of minor mishaps, well, okay, 3, but only 2 were on camera, and the occasional big truck, we made our way across Oquossoc Lake to Bosebuck Mountain Camps, dating back to 1912, and not far from the New Hampshire border.
Always an adventure.
Did you find this fun? No, it was good. It's just I'm not used to, you know, handling something like that, so it feels different than driving a car.
You get acclimated to the sled. It's hard for someone like you that's not used to a sled. Like, I'm used to that. Mary's used to hers. Everybody here has been on theirs before, so you have a pretty steep learning curve, but you're doing really good.
This is Bosebuck Camps, and they've been around for a long time. This is a good example. A lot of these camps, like this used to be a place for fishermen to come in the summertime, hunters to come in the fall, and then they'd be closed. And now, on a good weekend, they'll have hundreds of snowmobiles through here, and so it allows them to keep their employees year-round and, you know, stay open a lot longer and obviously generate more income.
I'm wearing so many clothes, I don't know if I can make it up these stairs. I haven't felt like this since kindergarten, you know, and your parents would buckle you into a...
The Maine sporting camp is a dying breed here in Maine. At one point, there used to be over 300 facilities like this in the state of Maine. I think it's now down to 40, which is a little sad. We've noticed that there's been a big change in society. It seems to be, you'll see my sign over that says we do not have Wi-Fi, talk to each other and pretend it's 1995. So we are remote. So I have a lot of people that call, but they want the TV, swimming pool, and that kind of thing, and that's not what we're about. But if you're looking for a traditional Maine sporting camp, hunting, fishing, snowmobiling, outdoor recreation, this is the place to come.
Well.
And after defrosting ourselves with some hot coffee and home-style food, we put our gear back on and hit the trail for home.
Well, this is just beautiful with all the little light snow falling. I mean, it's just, this is kind of like Maine. This is why people come to Maine, isn't it?
That's why they love it.